Greetings, it's Friday, October 8th, 2021, and I'm here today to give an update as to things that are happening in Batavia. Interestingly, one of the things that's I've been confronted with or asked about in the last few days is with the recent shutting down of Facebook for a few hours one day, some folks apparently are trying to delve into people's technology, and so several people in town, including myself, got emails from or text messages from folks saying that they wanted to apologize. They didn't say they were Facebook. They said they wanted. I was one of 161,000 people that lost my service, and so they wanted to give me a free $100 gift card if I wanted to go onto their site and start giving away information to them. And I ran it by the police department, and their advice to me was, don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. We think it's a scam. And so we're having a lot of people trying to touch people with technology who may not have really strong technological skills, and that seems to be the theme of this program today. But we're very concerned about people buying into something, and then it's like somebody calling you on the phone and saying they want to give you a $100 gift card, but you got to give them your credit card number and your social security and whatever have you. And then the experience has been that once you do that, they're immediately into your credit card for as much as they can get out of it, and then they're long gone. So you got to be very, very careful with all this stuff. And so I would encourage you to know who you're talking to when you go onto the computer, because there are a lot of people wandering around on that thing that are not up to very good things for people to buy into. That being said, another thing that I guess I would like to emphasize is that we would really like to encourage people to keep their garage doors closed at night. Over the years, we've arrested people who were perusing Batavia in the late night hours, and even caught some of them going into garages or whatever. And when they do, as one described to our police department one time, Batavia is a shopping center of affluence, because any house or car you can get into, there's probably a good chance that there's going to be some items you can quickly grab up and go back out the door before anybody knows you were there. And we had an instance recently last year where we had a house in town that they left the car in the driveway, and unfortunately they didn't lock the car. And so the people got into the car, and then there was a garage door opener in the car, so they opened the garage door, got into the garage, and then they got in there, they found a car sitting there with the keys in it. So then they proceeded to start the car up and drive away with it, and the car's never been seen since. And they did go on the toll road, and last time they went through I-paths several times, and the last one was at a stop down on the south side, and so we know the car went someplace down there, but where it ended up or whatever happened to it, we've never been able to determine. So again, I just caution you that we're a nice town. We don't have a lot of people that are running around internally in Batavia doing this, but we do have visitors that come in here looking for opportunities to do crime, and I've spoken on this before, and I just wanted to get a friendly reminder. The other thing is that we're trying to pare down, if you will, the slow down signs for the moment, because we try to do those at the beginning of the summer when there's going to be a lot of kids out on the street, and then we leave them up while school's starting. But once school starts, there's a feeling that by some of our folks that people stop paying any attention to them, because they've been there for 4 or 5 months and nobody has any tendency to even see them anymore. So I've had people down here asking for slow down signs, and if we had any extras, I gave them to them. Where I believe we're out of them now, and we probably won't have any till next spring. But again, we have people that want those signs, and I guess the bottom line is, regardless if there's a sign or not, you just got to be cautious when you're driving around in town, specifically with all the bicycles and people out walking their dogs and senior citizens and whatever. There's a lot of potential for somebody to get hit. So again, we would ask you all to be very cautious in that regard. Then finally today, one of the great moments of concern at the moment is, can I watch people on TV? Can we watch the Batavia High School football team as it continues its winning ways and heading toward the state championship competitions? And Coach Piron and his staff have done a marvelous job this year, and they've won all their games, and the fans are all cranked up. And not everybody can go to the game, and so they try to watch it on TV. Well, so I am told tonight the game is in Geneva. And Geneva has an agreement with a broadcast organization that they have exclusive rights for broadcasting games out of Geneva. So Batavia will not be allowed to be at the Geneva game tonight with a broadcast team. And we have one of the best in the region in the Wolf-Lundberg combination, and they do a marvelous job. Many people tell me it's about as near professional broadcasting as you can see, and they're great because they know all the players, they know all the names, and I'm told that some of these broadcast companies that are now coming in to broadcast, they don't know the individual players like our team does, and so in some of these places they don't even have a narrator or an announcer. They just have cameramen that follow the ball wherever it goes, whether it be a baseball, basketball, or football. And if you're watching it on TV, you kind of have to know yourself who some of these players are, and hopefully they show the scoreboard every now and then so you can know what the score is. But we have a top flight team, and when they can't broadcast, I get people calling me, and as the mayor, I have absolutely nothing to say about how school sports are broadcast. That's not within the realm or powers of the city council to have anything to say about that. And our school board, I think, is seriously trying to deal with it. And so today what we're going to do is, if you'd like to watch the game in Geneva tonight, there is a way, but you got to go onto the website of the broadcasting group, and we're going to put a screenshot on at the conclusion of my speech here, and you'll be able to sit there and read those numbers and dial it in on your computer. I believe you're going to have to put a credit card down to give them a fee to watch the game, but that's part of the world we live in. So I think that Batavia is really blessed this year to have an outstanding school system with the great sports teams that we got, and all the players and all the enthusiasm and all the fun and all the memories. And it's just one more reason why I think Batavia remains a very special place for us all to live, because people get into the heart and soul of this stuff. As you can see, if you drive out West Wilson Street and you drive by the high school football field, and every week we have a new slogan out there in the fence saying something positive about the football program. So we have great friendships all over this town. You can see groups gathering all day long, different times of the day. A lot of the senior citizens have all the groups. I was just outside here a few minutes ago talking to a group of women that gather with some regularity out here on the Riverwalk and sit by the Vietnam Memorial and have a cup of coffee and talk about the world around them. So we got a lot of that, and so that's a great thing to have in our town. It speaks well to our. So if nothing else today, if you don't get to watch the game, maybe you can take a dear friend to lunch or dinner tonight and just enjoy some good conversation, because we've got good restaurants and we've got more on the way, and we've got a couple more that I can't talk about yet because they're not ready to make their announcement. We did approve opportunities for a brewery to open up in the old movie theater at 10 South Shumway at the city council meeting the other night, and so that will be coming, but it's probably going to be a few months before they get themselves into operation. And we've got several other restaurants talking to us, and we'll be making further announcements in the future. And Randall Road's going to have some more, I can tell you that. And so we're very anxious to let all this neat stuff out. One thing I guess I can say is that at the Plan Commission meeting this past Wednesday night, they approved a Casey's gas station to be built on West Main Street at the site of the current mobile station, which is there between the car wash and Pal Joey's, that area, that little mobile station. It's going to be replaced by a very large Casey's store, which is largely a convenience store beyond being gas pumps out front. So something for Batavia to look forward to. So I am going to conclude for the day. Again, thank you for listening, and as I say, if you've got some special people in your life, make an effort to go out to dinner with them or go for a stroll or a ride or whatever, because these friendships that we all enjoy in Batavia are the backbone of this town and really make it something that is a marvelous place for us all to live and to set an example for future generations or young people to look at and try to emulate as they grow older too. So have a great week, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Thank you.